Bill Muncy in the backstretch, Wahoo. They're going rather slowly now. 1 minute. Let's check the clock. The clock shows 32 seconds to go. They're jockeying and shaping up. 25 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. As the boats are in the left turn, difficult to tell just how they'll operate here. 15 seconds to go, less than that, 10 seconds now. 5 seconds, it looks like there's going to be no trouble at all for a false start. And now they're coming full blast, and leading on the inside is Nitrogen. Coming up on the outside is Wahoo. It's a legal start. They're well back. And here they come with Wahoo taking the lead. Wahoo goes by on the outside. Nitrogen, Driftway third. And Hawaii Kai trails, trying to save ground on the inside. And now they go toward the first turn, the right turn. And the spray is flying, and they're all appearing to be running in good shape, except Hawaii Kai, which is lagging badly in fourth place and not running, I'm sure, up to what Ron Musson wants. And now they go into the first turn, and we'll have to wait and see how they come out of it. It's Wahoo in the lead with Mira Slovak driving, and he's opened up quite a gap. There's Bill Nitrogen on the inside, and Miss Thriftway has died. Miss Thriftway has died in the first turn. And as they start to come out of the turn, it's a two-boat race at the moment. We have Nitrogen running number 2, behind Mira Slovak and Wahoo, and now goes the acceleration as Mira trumps on that thing, and he had the boat running very well the other day. Slovak has it going good, and Norm Evans, who's not going to be giving up, is coming up on him, but he's not gaining ground. They're both running well in the back stretch. 2 boats have died. First, Miss Thriftway, and then Hawaii Kai, and what a shame that is to reduce the field to 2, and now Nitrogen has picked up a lot of ground on Wahoo as they go into the left turn. Around the turn they come, with Wahoo still in the lead, and Norm Evans in Nitrogen trying to come on the inside, and he may have saved ground and done himself a good bit of driving there. As you can see, they're quite even, but now as they come out of it, Wahoo again pours it on and starts to open up some water, but Evans is right behind him, and there they come at the end of lap 1, with Mira Slovak and Wahoo still in the lead. And he's a little bit on the outside, and Nitrogen with Norm Evans doing the driving on the inside. Now let's see if Wahoo can possibly do anything about cutting him off as they go into the turn, and whether he'll have to eat water. 105.8 miles an hour for the lead boat, Wahoo, on the first lap. Miss Thriftway has managed to get running again. Bill Muncy has her going, and he's on the far side now, and the other boats may catch up to Muncy if he doesn't get her going, but he's in good shape now. But Muncy is better than 3/4 of a lap behind. He's into the backstretch now, and he's really pouring it on. Muncy's got Thriftway running very good again. No idea why he died, but he did. Now the race for second and the race for first and second place is still Wahoo and Nitrogen, with Muncy having a tremendous amount of ground to cover, but he wants to finish the race. No sign of Hawaii Kai. The boat race is in the backstretch now, and there is Ronnie Musson in Hawaii Kai, as you see, dead, and apparently in no serious trouble. So Ron Musson, up from the limiteds, had a tough break in the very first lap of his first race of the 1960 season. Now Bill Muncy is going to come by us on the far side, though, as you see, the lead boat Wahoo, and now here's Muncy and Thriftway. Thriftway, 1 minute and 25 seconds behind the lead boat at the end of the first legal lap for Bill. And now, as the race for number 1 and 2 positions comes, we find that Wahoo has managed to get the inside and force Evans wide. And here they come, with the camera zooming in on Mira Slovak in Wahoo. Bang, as he goes across at the end of lap 2. The second of 5 laps, followed by Norm Evans in Nitrogen. 7 seconds difference between the lead boat and the number 2 boat, Norm Evans in Nitrogen, the Sam DuPont boat. Hawaii Kai, dead in the water in the right turn, is okay, but evidently is not going to be able to get back into the race as Bill Muncy did in Thriftway. Here we go. The right turn camera picks up the lead boat, Wahoo. I beg your pardon, that's Nitrogen coming at you. Following Norm Evans through the turn. Muncy, incidentally, has picked up quite a bit of ground, but he's still got a long, long way to go, and it's a short race to do that much about it. Here's your race for first and second now. To the left of your screen is the lead boat Wahoo, Slovak doing the driving. And now, here comes Muncie as we follow around the left turn. Muncie will be giving it the business, all he has, to finish the race. And, of course, to possibly stay in there. You never know what's going to happen to the other boats. Here comes Muncie, Miss Thriftway, around the turn and into the stretch. And Slovak, meanwhile, still has quite a few seconds on Nitrogen, the second-place boat. There you saw them cross, Muncie in the foreground going to the right. The other boats going to the left and the far side. Here we zoom in on Wahoo. Going into the left turn and coming around it now, followed by Norm Evigen Nitrogen. It's a three-boat race. It started out to be a five-boat race. The fifth one never got in the water, Miss Everett, and Hawaii Kai died in the first turn. Here's the run for the stretch. Wahoo coming a little bit wider and Nitrogen trying to save ground on the inside. But Slovak has his boat running beautifully, and here he comes across the finish line. The end of lap 3. He's been first all the way from the starting gun. Nitrogen follows. This is Nitrogen. And now the turn. Here are your times, by the way. Here's the lead boat coming down on you. 105 plus for the first lap, 102 plus for the second lap, and only 98.6 for the third lap. Here's Wahoo. Into the turn she goes and around with Mira Slovak doing a beautiful driving job. And on the backstretch, Bill Muncie has picked up quite a bit of distance. He was almost a full lap behind when he got it running again, and he's at the point now where he's almost up to a half lap behind. Bill is a minute and 20 behind at the end of his first two completed official laps. He'll be finishing lap number 3 in a moment. The boat race for first and second is still Wahoo in the lead. And at the end of the third lap, it was a 6-second differential. At the end of the first lap, it was 2. At the end of the second lap, it was 7 seconds. At the end of the third lap, it was 6 seconds. And it would appear to be right now about a 6 or 7 second gap between Wahoo and Nitrogen. There's Wahoo, the lead boat. Followed by Nitrogen, the Sam DuPont boat from Wilmington, Delaware, in second place. And on the other side of the course, Bill Muncie and Miss Thriftway, heading for the right turn. Here's the lead boat, Miss Wahoo, bouncing a bit, and Slovak is running close to the best race at the moment. As we pointed out, he's been slowing down from lap to lap, and this may be a slower lap yet, but we'll have it in a moment from Lloyd Johnson. Here he comes down the stretch, followed by Nitrogen. The lead boat, Mira Slovak, crosses the finish line at the end of lap 4. We'll get the time differential in just a moment. There's Nitrogen with Norm Evans. 7 seconds again. And Norm has quite a driving job to do to catch up. And the time was 99, so it was almost the same as lap number 3. 98.6 for the third lap, 99 miles an hour even for the fourth lap. 1 to go. And here's Bill Muncie on the backstretch. He's still a little better than 1/2 a lap behind, and he won't be able to catch them, but certainly Bill has a great chance of finishing and picking up valuable points. Here's the race for first and second again as they are in and coming out of the right turn. Still, number 1 is Slovak in Wahoo. Norm Evans coming up, but he's having a hard time pursuing. He had one good shot at it at the end of the first lap, but just wasn't able to gain after that. And now Slovak is giving it the business on the back stretch. He's tromping on it. So is Evans. He's not giving up, but he's not able to catch him. And in front of us, the noise is from Bill Muncie as he goes by in Thriftway. Still better than a half lap behind. So he goes into the stretch turn. Mira Slovak in Wahoo, with Norm Evans pursuing and hoping somehow to catch him. There they're going through the turn. Wahoo is at the apex of the turn now and starting to turn for home. Bouncing a bit, but the water is perfect today. The weather is perfect for his Heat 1A of the Apple Cup race. Here comes Wahoo, for all the world looking like a winner, and Nitrogen, for all the world, looking like a second-place boat, and Nitrogen came quite wide. Here is Mira Slovak. There he goes. And Slovak in Wahoo, one of the prime favorites, was just that. And here's the Nitrogen second-place boat, the local favorite, Chelan. And he souped it up a little bit on that last lap, did Slovak, with 100 miles per hour, .9. And now we get the two boats that have come on 1-2 coming at you, slowing down, and they'll take a cooling out turn around the course before going back to the pits. Bill Muncy is apparently going to be able to finish the race all right and come in third after a tough break for Bill in Miss Thriftway, but he'll still pick up valuable points. The final time differential between number 1 and 2 boats was 7 seconds, which was just about the way it was all the way around the course after Nitrogen and Evans made a great challenge near the end of lap 1. And here is Bill Muncy completing his 5th lap. Miss Thriftway over the line, and the third and only other boat to finish 59 seconds behind. So Bill picked up 26 seconds from the time he got her going to the time he actually finished. This is the 4th annual Apple Cup Regatta from Lake Chelan. More action and on-the-scene reports in just a moment when we will continue this live coverage of the first unlimited regatta of 1960. Are shaping up nicely. Cutting into the infield and going around is Bardol to go on the left turn, and sweeping way wide and to the west and way to the left and out of your screen is Miss Burien. And on the back stretch we have Miss Spokane and Colroy. Let's look at the clock. 32 seconds to go. There's an even 30 seconds. 1B. The white flag is up from both positions to indicate we're into the 1-minute position. 20 seconds to go. And it looks like they'll all be in position for a good legal start. There should be no gun jumping. The boats were quite late on the last heat. Nobody was anywhere near jumping. And the Colroy boat is throwing a lot of oil smoke now as they start the run down the stretch, and Miss Bardol is leading. And here's the gun coming up. That should be it. The start is here. There's the gun, and Miss Bardol will have a commanding lead. Here she comes. She got running late, but she is running, and here comes Burien on the outside. Bardol across the line first, and Burien on the outside. And Burien might be taking the lead. In the third spot is the Lilac Lady, Miss Spokane, followed by Colroy 1. So that's the way they head into the turn. The right turn. On the inside, Bardol. On the outside, Miss Burien. And we'll see what the turn does to the outcome of the way they shape up on the lead. Into the turn they go. The boat that shows more white is Miss Burien. And it may be Miss Burien in the lead now. There it is. Miss Burien appears to be in the lead, but on the inside is Bardol with Jim McGuire, and we'll have to wait until they get out of the turn really to place them for you. It's a real boat race right now. That we can tell. Burien on the inside, the darker boat. And on the left of your screen, I beg your pardon, Bardol on the right side, the darker boat, and the light boat is on the outside. Miss Burien is leading, but not by much, and they're both really stomping on it on the backstretch, and it's a 2-boat race with Miss Spokane third. There's your 2 lead boats, with Bardol picking up on the inside, and he may pass Hickling in, and he does pass him as they go into the turn. They're just now hitting the turn buoy, the entrance buoy, and Bardol slows down, but he's on the inside, and we'll have to wait and see how they come out of the turn, with Miss Spokane and Rex Manchester doing the driving, following in a fairly close third. Now Bardol does a nice job of cutting on the inside around the turn and saving ground, and Colroy trails in 4th place on the backstretch. He's not into the turn yet, and here they come at the end of lap 1. 1,000 feet from home, the Green Dragon, Miss Bardol leading, and he's opened up some water. There he is across the line. Miss Burien second with Chuck Hickling. In third spot, Miss Spokane with Rex Manchester. And down the chute they go in front of the stand and in front of the spectators. The end of lap 1, and here's the right turn picture. Coming at you there is the U-40, Miss Bardol with Jim McGuire, as he skids through the turn, followed by Miss Burien. And the third boat that you'll see there, sweeping wide, is Miss Spokane. As passing right in front of us now is Colroy 1, third of a lap behind, perhaps. It's a 3-boat race within the lead, who got the nice start, and that's Jim McGuire in Miss Bardol, and he's doing a nice job of driving in his first unlimited race. And now he really stomps on it, and there's the big rooster tail for Miss Bardol as she goes up the backstretch in good shape, and opening up water over Miss Burien with Chuck Hickling. There they go, and it's a nice boat race, and the Lilac Lady is hanging in there. Miss Spokane with Rex Manchester doing a good job in his first unlimited race. The first place boat, there she is, Miss Bardol. the bespectacled Jim McGuire out of Vancouver, BC, doing the good job of driving. Slowing down into the turn. There's her first boat and the second boat. The darker colored boat will be Miss Bardol, and the light boat, which is mostly white with red trim, is Miss Burien. A nice tight turn by Bardol, and sweeping way wide that time was the third place boat, Miss Spokane, and losing some ground there. Chuck Hickling came across his wake and moved inside as they came out of the turn, but he's in no position to challenge right now. Here's the end of lap 2. Bardol across the line. Incidentally, your first lap miles per hour, 108. Here's the race for second and third as Miss Spokane appears to be possibly passing Miss Burien. Rex Manchester pours it on in the home stretch, and they head into the right turn. And here they come at you. There's your lead boat, Bardol, with Jim McGuire handling the wheel. And again, he makes a nice tight turn as the others sweep wide to avoid the wake, and somebody had to eat some water there. Spokane has moved into the number 2 spot now, and something happened to Miss Burien. She evidently spun out, and we'll have to check on that. It evidently hooked and spun, and it's a 2-boat race now, with, for the moment at least, Miss Burien dead, and there she is. She's on fire. Chuck Hickling is on fire. It's only stack smoke and is apparently not a serious one. There, he's got it out, and I don't know if he'll be able to get going or not. And as we say this, Colroy won, that is. The 4th boat in the race crosses the finish line at the end of lap 2. We have your times. Your first lap was 108 for Bardol. The second lap, 105.8 for Bardol. Bardol still leads, and she's going through the left turn now, and Miss Spokane has spun out and perhaps is going dead and appears to be, and he's waving his arms to indicate he's okay. So Spokane, which made a great race of it for 2.5 laps, is out. Now we're on Miss Burien, which is going again, and good for Chuck Hickling. He's got that white and red girl going. And Colroy is still in the race, but meantime, here's Miss Bardol, and she is all alone as she crosses the line at the end of lap 3. Well, the developments have been that Chuck Hickling spun out and ate some water evidently and was able to get Burien going again, and he's staying ahead of Colroy anyway. But when Miss Spokane was doing so well and had made a great race out of it and looked in a position to possibly challenge, she went dead. Chuck Hickling has Miss Burien going very well again, but here's the camera on Miss Bardol, which, if she keeps running, possibly could waltz home now. You have to face it. Things are going Jim McGuire's way in his very first race in an unlimited hydro. He is going through the right turn. The other boats are spread out all over the course. It's only 3 running, and in the infield now, near the left turn, is Miss Spokane, and Rex Manchester is up on the bow of her. Coming through the turn is Miss Burien now with Chuck Hickling. And he has more than a half a lap to make up if he's going to challenge the lead boat, Miss Bardol. Here comes Miss Burien. And he's not going too rapidly. It was nice to see Chuck able to get that boat going again. The number 1 boat is Miss Bardol. And even if his owner, Ole, is in Africa, he should feel good right now. I hope things are going well for him in Africa. Things are going good for his driver and his boat. This is Miss Bardol coming around the turn. Meantime, Colroy passes in front of us, completing the 3rd lap, and Colroy won with Bob Gilliam, is just going through the motions and evidently will try to finish and has a good chance, of course, of picking up 225 points. Here's the end of lap 4 as Miss Bardol soups it up, coming down across the finish line, gets the green flag. And Jim McGuire, who had trouble starting the boat, is having no trouble the rest of the race up to this point. He's through 4 laps. Your times have slowed down perceptibly. As we show you on the screen, Chuck Hickling in Miss Burien. We can tell you that it went from 108 in the first lap for Bardol to 105.8 to 101.8, and this last lap just completed 96.8, so McGuire's handling her quite well and not doing anything foolish. We're in the right turn, and there goes Miss Bardol in the turn and about halfway through it now. He is coming up on the wake of the Colroy now, so may have a little trouble, but Colroy's not running too hot. Clear up at the left turn now is Miss Burien, just exactly a half a lap behind. That's close enough. And she will be finishing her fourth lap in just a moment as Bardol on the backstretch starts to stomp on the accelerator. He's going to pass Colroy, I'm sure. There he goes, passing Colroy on the inside. And McGuire's doing a wonderful bit of driving. Right in front of us, Miss Burien goes by the finish line, finishing her fourth lap, a minute and 11 seconds behind the lead boat at the end of lap 4. So it is not too surprising that in section 1A, we had a boat that was one of the favorites winning it, Wahoo, and here comes Miss Bardol, which was almost the odds-on favorite to take this one, and it looks like he's going to make it, and he's playing it very close to the vest. Jim McGuire coming around the turn very easily, and now he'll be coming down the straightaway and finishing the race in great shape. Here he comes, and he's evidently not going to make any great effort at revving up that motor. He gets the checkered flag, 500 feet to go. Here he comes. Miss Bardol across the finish line, the winner from wire to wire of Heat 1B, and 400 points down in the book for Miss Bardol. Second place boat is Miss Burien, and Miss Burien is just coming out of the right turn and up the back stretch. And Chuck Hickling knows that there's no great point in his extending the boat right now, extending his engine. He's going to get a second place finish unless the unexpected happens. And meantime, they're towing the unfortunate Miss Spokane in through the infield, and doggone it, we hated to see that because it had been a great last-minute thing to get Spokane in the race, and she made a great challenge and didn't quite make it through the race. Just when she was running so well, it died. We're following Miss Burien now through the left turn, turning for home and coming down at the end of lap 5. Bardol's time for the fifth lap was down to 93.1. So Jim McGuire was taking it easy in this particular heat. Here comes Burien. Chuck Hickling scoots her across the finish line. Chalk up those big 300 points for Chuck Hickling, who finishes a minute and 6 seconds behind Miss Bardol. And finishing third, won't make it quite yet, will be Colroy, but should be able to finish the race and get those third place points. This is the 4th annual Apple Cup Regatta from Lake Chelan. More action and on-the-scene reports in just a moment when we'll continue this live coverage of the first unlimited regatta of 1960. Now let's look at the clock. We'll get a look at it shortly here and show you how they shape up. 47 seconds, 45 seconds to go, and you can hear the boats rev up their motors. We have Burien, Bardol, Thriftway, Nitrogen, Wahoo, and Everett in it, and I don't know about Colroy 1 just now. It's in the water but not started. It may not be a factor, and evidently did not get started up to the 1-minute gun, so rule Colroy 1 out of the race. Let's look at that all-important clock now. 20 seconds to go. And they're shaping up nice for what could be a good flying start. They're all up at the left turn area, and here they come, and it's difficult to tell who's in the lead. It's going to be a close one and a great start. On the inside is Nitrogen. Coming up through the middle is Miss Thriftway taking the lead. Thriftway across the line. Wahoo, Nitrogen, Burien, Everett, and Miss Bardol trails. Bardol got a bad start compared to the others, and she's going to eat a lot of water and wake. Now that all-important right turn. And on the inside, do we have Nitrogen and Miss Thriftway, and they're coming at you now with the turn camera. And it's, we'll just have to wait because Miss Thriftway is out there in the lead, and he's being pursued by Mira Slovak in Wahoo. And as they head out of there, Thriftway with Bill Munsey in the saddle has jockeyed his mount around there in good position. Bill got a great start, really zoomed down the chute in front of us, and now as he comes out of the turn, he's in great shape. Miss Thriftway, which finished third, went dead at one point in its first heat, now is leading. And coming up on the inside is Wahoo. And looks like Nitrogen is in the race. There's your race for first place with, on the far left of the screen, Miss Thriftway heading toward the left turn. First lap of the course, Nitrogen is running third, and the second place boat is Wahoo. The fourth place boat is Miss Bardol. Now they skid into the turn. Muncie, that tight turn. He's making it nicely. Now he's drawing rather wide, but he's ready to pull out and head down the straightaway. Wahoo is being forced to the outside. He's pursuing Bill on the outside. Here comes Miss Thriftway with Muncie in command at this point, shooting down the chute. 1,000 feet from home. Here's the end of lap one. Miss Thriftway, Wahoo. Number 3, Nitrogen, Norm Evans. And the 4th place boat is Miss Burien, just now crossing the finish line. And now you see them coming at you. And there is Bill Muncie jockeying Miss Thriftway toward the turn. Miss Bardol is far in the rear in 5th place right now. And let's see the gap, 3 seconds. Thriftway over Wahoo as they completed the first lap. Through the turn they go. You see on the outside, Muncie is in Thriftway, and Wahoo is on the inside this time, having come through his wake. Let's see if he can possibly make a challenge. It's still Miss Thriftway on the outside leading, and Wahoo coming in good shape and making a challenge. Mira Slovak does not want to finish second to Bill Muncie, and let's see if he can take him. This is a real boat race now on the backstretch. Look at him go in the chute. Now let's see if Muncie can possibly cut him off on the turn. They're close. The lighter colored boat is Thriftway with Bill Muncie. The darker colored boat is Wahoo with Mira Slovak. And it's a rough ride through that turn for Wahoo, and Muncie is going to gain ground on the turn, it appears from here. But Wahoo came across the wake and is coming on the inside now. Let's see what's happening. Oh, and they're going to come close, and Wahoo cut in front of Muncie. Oh, he cut in front of him, and now he's on the outside, and Wahoo has taken the lead. And Thriftway has eaten water and may go dead. It is dying, and here comes Wahoo across the finish line, leading after lap 2. And I imagine Mr. Muncie has quite some thoughts to himself right now, but he's got her going again. Muncie is 11 seconds behind now, and there goes Miss Thriftway trying to pursue Mira Slovak. The 3rd place boat is Nitrogen. The 4th place boat. This is Wahoo right now, the lead boat, going into the right turn. There you get a look at the course, and that's Wahoo on the far side, getting out of the turn now, and Thriftway has a long way to go. Jim McGuire and Bardol is just passing us, and he has a long way to go to get into the race. Here we go, picking up the lead boat. This is Wahoo, coming out of the turn and into the backstretch. Following back, it's quite a long way now, Miss Thriftway with Bill Muncie. He's the chauffeur there. Your 3rd place boat, coming out of the turn, is still Nitrogen. And with a challenge is Miss Burien, apparently coming out of that turn now, so that may be quite a little race. As it is, Mira Slovak in Wahoo is skidding through the left turn. And to go back in the field after, well, Bardol still is not a contender. Bardol is running 5th. Here's your lead boat, Wahoo. And Wahoo coming out of the turn, right in front of us, making all the noise, is Everett, who is still in the race, but far back. Okay, heading for home, Mira Slovak in Wahoo. And he's doing quite a job. That one-turn business, we'll have to get back to that. But there goes Wahoo across the finish line. First lap time was 110. They're speeding up. Second lap time with Wahoo leading was 110 plus. And the third lap was 108. There goes Bill Muncie and Thriftway across the finish line in the number 2 position in Heat 2. Again, 11 seconds behind, so he wasn't able to pick up. And it's quite a race for 3rd place now, but Nitrogen's Norm Evans is jockeying his on the outside into better position here. And there goes Nitrogen across the finish line, a few seconds ahead of Miss Burien with Chuck Hickling on the inside. So there's your race for 3rd and 4th, which may be a lot closer than 1st and 2nd. You get a better look at the field now as they're through the right turn and coming out of it. Here is Slovak, still leading. And now he pours it to her. And that boat has terrific acceleration and shows it here. As coming out of the turn, zip she goes. Mira Slovak leading. And there goes Thriftway with Bill Muncie lapping another contender. Miss Everett is being lapped, so don't get excited about Miss Everett. And it looks like Muncie now has picked up a great deal of ground on Wahoo. Look at that Thriftway go in the backstretch. This turn may tell something. Here goes Wahoo slowing down for the turn. It's again a boat race for 1st and 2nd. This, remember, is lap 4 coming up, with Wahoo leading and Thriftway second. And these two drivers are not too happy with each other and may be less happy after this one is over. Skidding through the turn, a nice tight turn by Wahoo. Muncie comes wide, and now let's see if he's going to be able to make a challenge. This is the gun lap, the green flag lap, the final lap, and Wahoo leads in this. Not going to be much of a margin this time. Less than 1,000 feet. Wahoo across the line. And Thriftway. And there they go into the final heat, only 3 seconds. So Bill Muncie and Thriftway has done a tremendous job, and he's pursuing Slovak closely. But Slovak has the right-of-way. He's got the inside going into that important turn. There's the right turn, and you see Muncie on the outside. In your screen, it appears as leading, but he may not be. Well, wait a minute. A boat has gone dead in the turn. Wahoo went dead in the turn. You're looking at it, and he's waving his hands. He's okay. Miroslavak is okay, but he's out of the race. And Thriftway has taken command at this point, and there goes Thriftway. Well, how about that one? Oh, what a race this has been for startling developments. So Thriftway comes out of the turn and into the back stretch in a tremendously commanding position. And now, with Miroslavak and Wahoo out of the race, what's the order of finish going to be? We'll have to wait and see. There's Muncie on the back stretch. And at this point, Miss Bardall, who was a contender in the earlier heats and a winner of a heat, is a half a lap behind. And there's Miss Thriftway, the lead boat, going back to number 2. And look at that, it's a long way back. Coming out of it is, I believe it's Nitrogen in the number 2 spot now. Going back to the number 3 boat, Miss Burien. And the number 4 boat, well, we'll have to pick that up later, because coming for home now is Miss Thriftway, surely seeming to be ready to pick up 400 points. Here comes the Thriftway, 1,000 feet. There he goes. Across the line for the Miss Thriftway, and Bill Muncie in the jockey seat there. All right, the second place boat, or contending for the second place, comes Nitrogen around the turn with Normans. And there's Wahoo with Miroslavak. Oh, and I imagine he is about as unhappy as you can find him. He is not injured, but he's plenty burned up, I can tell you that. Here comes Nitrogen, the Sam DuPont boat from back east, the only eastern boat in the race. Finishing second, Miss Nitrogen. And the third place boat with Chuck Hickling, Miss Burien. So those are your big point winners in this particular heat, Heat 2, with only one more heat to come. Skidding around the turn now and heading for home is Miss Bardall, which got a badly disappointing start and never recovered. That's all you can say for the Green Dragon. So there's your finish. Fourth place boat coming in is Miss Bardall. This is the 4th annual Apple Cup Regatta from Lake Chelan. More action and on-the-scene reports in just a moment. So let's pick up the clock. There's 50 seconds to go. This is Heat 3. This is for all the marbles with 4 boats in contention. In order, Thriftway, Nitrogen, Bardall, and Burien, but not in that order on the course. A couple of them have gone way wide and deep out of your screen to the left to come down on a long straightaway. They're all in the same general area, milling around and getting ready. There we're past 30 seconds, 28 about, and 25. They're all coming to the point where they're getting a look at the clock. And it's going to be highly important who gets across this starting line and who holds position into the first turn and through it and comes out on the other side. Looks like Nitrogen getting in the inside spot and maybe in the lead. Difficult to tell, and there's a boat coming like the wind on the outside. Here they come. Coming up to the 1,000-foot buoy, Norm Evans in Nitrogen is in the lead, and here comes Thriftway pressing him. Very close. It's a legal start. And Thriftway passed Nitrogen just at the starting line, and they're in a blanket finish with Bardall, the last of the 5 boats. Bardall on the inside is Jim McGuire. Didn't get too good a start once again. And as they head into the far turn, it's going to be quite a question mark to see who comes out of it. Nitrogen on the inside and Thriftway on the outside, with Thriftway taking the lead right as they pass the line. All right, there's Thriftway going into the turn, and it looks like Thriftway is going to come out all right with Nitrogen in the second spot. We'll pick up third, and after that in just a moment. The third boat is Miss Burien now. So here they come through the turn. Pretty soon they'll be out of it and heading up that back stretch. Your first boat to the left of your screen is Miss Thriftway. And on the inside, Nitrogen with Norm Evans, the local Chelan favorite. And here they go up the back stretch. And it's a boat race, but Muncie has Thriftway running nicely. 1, Miss Thriftway. 2, Nitrogen. Your third boat of the moment is Chuck Hickling and Miss Burien. And there he is. Into the left turn they go with Bill Muncie bouncing a bit, but there's no real bouncy water, actually. It's great water here on Lake Chelan. And he's getting her through the turn nicely. He skids and comes around. There's the head-on shot of Miss Thriftway with Bill Muncie jockeying her into position to come down the straightaway. And cutting in very close inside is Nitrogen with Norm Evans. Saved little ground there, but here comes Muncie down the stretch, and he's still got quite a margin. There's your lead boat, Miss Thriftway, across the line. There's Nitrogen with Norm Evans, the number 2 boat. Here's your number 3. The U4, Miss Burien, Chuck Hickling, across the line. Back to the number 4 boat. And the number 4 boat will be, well, it's a close horse race. Bardol will be there. Here it is. U40, Bardol. We cut to the right turn now as Miss Thriftway, and Bill Muncie is in the lead. We finished 1 lap, and the relative position, Nitrogen trails by 5 seconds in second place. It was 109 miles an hour, the miles per hour for the first lap. The first boat on the far left of your screen is Thriftway with Bill Muncie. And he's got a pretty good-looking lead right now. Going back through the field, number 2 boat is Nitrogen still with Norm Evans, and you can see the gap there. And Miss Burien has come up considerably on him and may make it a race for second place along with the Nitrogen boat. And Bill Muncie's opened up some more water. But the second and third place race is pretty good as they go up the back stretch. This is lap number 2 of the final heat of the day. And Miss Burien is challenging on the inside, but may have trouble with Wake going through the turn. We'll wait and see. Muncie coming through the turn. There's your second and third boats, and now we go to the first place boat. This is Miss Thriftway skidding around and getting ready to turn for home down the straightaway. Back to the second and third place boats we go. And your second place boat is Nitrogen. The third place boat, Miss Burien. And they hold position coming into the home stretch at the end of lap 2. There's Thriftway. And here's your real boat race for second and third. On the outside, Nitrogen, the inside, Burien. And Nitrogen has the better acceleration coming down the straightaway. And it's a very close race still for second and third. There's the Miss Burien, the third place boat. On the inside, as you see, with Norm Evans running Nitrogen outside as they head toward the right turn, and in the right turn already is Miss Thriftway with Bill Muncie. Meantime, the fourth place boat, Bardol, is crossing the finish line ahead of us, completing her second lap. The Miss Thriftway going through the right turn and about to come out of it with Bill Muncie at the wheel, and he has maintained the lead from, well, right from the very start. First place, Miss Thriftway. Second place. And there it is, Nitrogen with Norm Evans still in that runner-up spot. And on the inside, Chuck Hickling driving Miss Burien and still in contention for second, certainly. Going back from third place to fourth. This will be the Bardol, and there Bardol comes through the turn. Jim McGuire trying to get some more speed out of his boat. He's had a little trouble in the last couple of outings. Now we can see the whole field, and the trailing boat is Miss Everett, by the way. Here's your race for second and third, and it's a good one as they head into the left turn. Nitrogen on the outside leading, and Chuck Hickling trying to gain ground, and he's coming up quite close, and he may save ground by being closer to the buoys, but we'll wait until they come out. Meantime, coming out of the turn and heading for home again in the finish of lap 3 is Bill Muncie in Miss Thriftway, and he's doing a good job of it. There he is. Now, cutting inside closely. If he can get straightened around, he might save some ground. Chuck Hickling, he went quite close to the buoy, as you may see, trying to get up on Nitrogen. And there's your second place boat, Nitrogen, with Norm Evans. He's been in second place practically all day. There's the Burien with Chuck Hickling, trying desperately to come up on Nitrogen. Now we shift over to Bill Muncie and Miss Thriftway, and he is going through the right turn now. Remember, they have finished 3 laps now. And just completing the third lap, and apparently out of contention is Miss Bardol. Here's your turn action with the second and third boats. And Chuck Hickling had to eat some water going through the wake of the second place boat. Nitrogen there was forced to the outside, and he's really handling the boat well, considering he's going through a lot of slop and spray and everything else down there. This is still the race for second and third, with Thriftway in a commanding lead in the fourth lap. It's still doubtful between second and third. Thriftway has a good opportunity if Bill Muncy can keep the boat going. And there's the lead boat. Here's your second and third place race. And Nitrogen with Norm Evans has opened up more of a gap on Chuck Hickling in Miss Burien. Incidentally, Miss Everett is still running, and we hope that boat gets through the race. Running in fifth place, 45 seconds behind the leader. Now, as we look at the second and third place race, they're getting into that left turn. Meantime, we get a look at Miss Thriftway, the lead boat, about to come down and complete her fourth lap. Muncy has her running nicely, and there she is. Let's go to some lap times. Miss Thriftway leading all the way, 109 even for the first lap, 104.8 the second lap, 108 even for the third lap, and this lap just completed was 104.8, so he's doing very nicely. This is the second place boat, Nitrogen, crossing ahead of the line, and the third place boat, Miss Burien. And the gap there is 3 seconds between the second and third place boat. Into the turn at the right side. Thriftway going through it nicely. Muncy's not forcing his boat now. He realizes he's in a good position. The noise you hear in front of us is Miss Bardall lagging along, half a lap behind the leader almost. On the far side, Miss Thriftway in the lead. There's your number one boat, and this is the final lap. Back we go to the second place boat now. We'll get a look at that. And there's the gap, as you see. It's Nitrogen just coming off the turn. Well, he's still in the turn, as a matter of fact, and will be coming off in a minute. The third place boat is Miss Burien, laboring a bit. And I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Evans in Nitrogen or not. It doesn't appear so at this time. Here's the fourth place boat, Miss Bardall. And the fifth place boat, if we can pick it up, is Miss Everett, quite a way behind. Meantime, as we pan down the course, here's the lead boat. Bill Muncy is halfway through it. Actually, he may lap Miss Everett coming down the stretch here. Here's Muncy coming around. You just got to look at Miss Everett, who is almost a lap behind. So turning for home is Miss Thriftway. There's the green flag for Miss Everett being displayed, and the checkered flag comes out for Bill Muncy and Miss Thriftway. Here he comes, and there he goes. And that is it, wire to wire. Thriftway wins it. Thriftway wins the heat and the race. And now let's see what's happening for second and third. On the outside, Nitrogen, and it looks like he's going to be able to hold back the challenge of Hickling in Miss Burien. There's Nitrogen with Norm Evans. Across the line, second place for the third straight heat of the day. And a brand new boat, Miss Burien, third place. Nice work by Chuck Hickling. And finally, we're going to get Miss Bardall as Jim McGuire, the rookie driver, snakes a little bit in the turn, as you see, and bounces through the wakes and the slop, and finally gets straightened away. They wave the checkered flag for him. He's in his final 1,000 feet. That's the Miss Bardall, the fourth place boat. We switched to Nitrogen, but right now I'd like to say that this has been the fourth annual Apple Cup Regatta from Lake Chelan, and more on-the-scene reports in just a moment when we will continue this live coverage of the first unlimited regatta of 1960.
I got here to do it. We certainly did. Thanks a lot. Wonderful winning. We've worked so hard for 4 or 5 years now, and the other times we've been out in a position to win, we've never been able to do it.
Bill, listen, now we're on a airport. It's about the best you've ever seen this lake.
Pardon me?
It's about the best you've ever seen the conditions over.
Oh, the competitive conditions are superb, and this boat is running better than any boat I've ever driven.
You think this might be the best of the Thriftways?
Without a doubt, this is the best boat I've ever driven.
Bill, how
Handling
do you
like
feel
a
after a
beautiful-
long, dry spell?
Boy, after last year, it's wonderful to come in first in this Apple
Maybe
Cup.
this is your year, huh?
Oh, we need one badly. Yeah, we've had over a period of lots of years some success, but none last year, and this year is much better.
Look good for you, Bill.
Yeah, well, this boat eats that stuff up. It likes
Well,
this.
any hard feelings?
Oh, I like it. How could you have hard feelings when you win? It's nice to win. Thanks, Les. Thanks very much.
I think we better get off this.
Brother, we're all going to sink out from under this. That was Doc Woods, the Commodore of the Chelan Yacht Club, that just congratulated Bill and Governor Rossellini, and all of us getting our feet wet. They're up to our ankles. And the champion goes up onto the beach after a great ride. And in the case of one heat at least, under difficult conditions, this fella, who's 30 years old and has logged more time running in unlimited hydroplanes than any driver on the course, showed again his terrific driving skill, and along with that, the skill of the crew of the Thriftway camp in getting this boat into tip-top condition. You heard Bill call it the best of the Thriftways, and this is number 3. All right, here we are, ready at the official table now, with the governor about to make the presentation and a whole horde of cameramen and reporters. There he is, right behind me, Mira Slovak. Yeah, we're ready, Doc. We'll hold the mics out.
Move back a little bit. Back here, Bill. The boy coming. Bill, Governor, come in here. You're fine there, all right? Okay.
In itself a smaller.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Commodore of the Lake Chelan Apple Cup race, I'd like to present Bill Stead, last year's winner of the Harry S. Wolf Memorial Trophy, to present to the winner of this year's trophy for the fastest qualifying time, Myra Slovak. Bill, would you present the trophy?
Miro and Bill, I think it gives me real great pleasure to present this to you. It symbolizes speed on the water, which is what we're here for. And Miro, you did a wonderful job. And Bill, you have a great boat and a great driver. It gives me great pleasure to present this to you.
Thank you.
Presentation, and Mira Slovak handed it over to Bill Boeing, the owner of the boat.
Come back and present that trophy, and we'll let you present it to yourself if you can win it. Okay? Fine. We'll put your name on it right now. And now, with great pleasure, I'd like to introduce the governor of the state of Washington, Governor Albert D. Rossellini, who will present the Apple Cup trophy to the winner of our race today.
Well, thank you. This has been a great day in the state of Washington, and certainly a great day on Lake Chelan. And I am happy on behalf of all of us to present to the winner of the Apple Cup race, Bill Muncy, this perpetual trophy. Bill Muncy and Willard Rhodes, the owner of Mr. Thriftway.
Somewhat of a load for the governor, but he's hefting it there, and there they share it with a victory smile. And Mrs. Muncy and Willard Rhodes.
For Mother's Day for about 4 years, you know. I got to call my own mother. Mother, you got a big apple now. Just what you wanted, all gold-plated.
A lovely trophy, no doubt about it.
Congratulations, Bill, on a wonderful race.
Thank you, Governor.
And Mrs. Muncy, Mother.
You know what I told you? We're going to take you with us from now on.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you are lucky.
Going on the circuit.
I'm sorry I didn't get here for the first race.
Well, it's real nice to come in, be added along here after such people as the Maverick and Miss Bardall and the Miss Pansave. Now, next year we'll be there with us. 4 real quick pieces of racing equipment. I'm real glad to be to join them finally.
The cameraman still grinding away here as they continue to hold this very heavy trophy.
He always comes in first in every race. Or wherever I come in, he gets in before I do because we got one of his pipes chopped in half and glued to the front of the cowling. So John comes in first. And he's a Wahoo rooter, too. Look at that. He's the greatest guy in the world. Absolutely magnificent.
Many hours.
And who?
That's the way I was 35 to 40 cameras directly
This is complete pandemonium here in the pit area with 400 or 500 people crowded in here to a very small area. And the cameraman asking for another kiss. There's a good one. And so the champion is crowned with, as he puts it, a terrific Mother's Day present, both for his wife, the mother of their 3 children, and his own mother. Now, Rod, back to you at the barge.
A state of happy confusion, certainly, down at the pits in the presentation ceremony. But there's no confusion. I'm sure you know that from the shores of Lake Chelan at Chelan, Washington, you're watching this live and direct coverage of the 4th Annual Apple Cup Regatta.